Hey y'all, guess what this is? It's the executive summary of the plan for the gradual reopening of churches in the dioceses of Illinois. It does not make for very exciting reading. There's a lot about compliance and certification and forms to be filled out, but it's an exciting thing because it is a little bit of a roadmap to how we might very gradually and safely start having some common liturgical life again. So, some basics are that it spells out some phases. There's a phase one that is all about getting groups of 10 or fewer for funerals, weddings, baptisms, and confession. So, that's exciting. That's something that could be happening. Well, there's not dates on it. We're going to be given some boxes to check off, and once that's all done, we'll get certified, and it's a whole thing. But I can't give you a date, but I would tell you by the end of the month, I'm pretty confident. That's the sense I have that we'll be doing that. And then also, possibly by the end of the month or shortly thereafter, we'll be into phase 1A, because it's 1A. I don't know. Phase 1A is the same, groups of 10 people or fewer for private prayer in churches and Eucharistic adoration. So that would be awesome. Um, Phase 2 will be a little bit longer, and that's when we're having Mass together in small groups, whatever's allowed under Illinois at the time. The thinking here is that Mass is a little bit more complicated. So before we do that, let's kind of figure out, let's like get in a groove about these other things, and then Mass will be our next step. Because that's the thinking, you know. So all right, and what else? It doesn't make very exciting reading, like I said, but I'm just trying to summarize it for you. And so each parish is told that it needs 6 volunteers. Uh, I don't know if that means I need 24 people. I get to be one of them, so that's good. And then we got Thomas and Father Christian. So if I don't know, we got to figure all this out. But I do need at least a few volunteers from every parish, because these guidelines are going to have a lot of things about like sterilization and cleaning, like after everything we do. I'm definitely willing to do a lot of those chores. Happy to do it. I don't think it's going to be super burdensome, but if we get a little volunteer crew together, so much the better. And we definitely need to have the names on the forms to get this done. So that's where we're at. Go ahead and read it on the website. You'll find the link right there at the top, along with the cover letter from the bishop, which I do think is really good reading. I do hope that you will read the bishop's cover letter. And then maybe at least scan over the executive summary. And man, as soon as we can, I'm going to be rolling this stuff out. Your guess is as good as mine about how the timeline is further down the road. You know, when can we have bigger groups than 10? Is there going to be an intermediate phase of like groups of 50? How long will that be? How long will it be before like we're just like truly back to normal? Yeah, I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that sooner rather than later, we're going to at least be able to invite people on a limited basis to participate in the sacraments. And it's going to be a little cumbersome because we're going to have to, it's going to be like a big effort to figure out if we can only have 10 people, how do we sign those people up? You know, I could easily do something online, but not everybody's online. I don't want to leave anybody out of this, so it's gonna be tricky. But hey, we'll figure it out. So yeah, read the bishop's cover letter, please. Scan over the executive summary if you like. But I just wanted to share that news. I'm pretty stoked.